had kids, I never come close. I don't know nothing about this, but you know what I know? You're an a-hole. Nah, man, no one beats my wife in terms of looks. Aww. That's so sweet. Regularly. So she said she'd love to make one, so after a while, the blanket was complete. You nasty, you icky, I don't like you. Give me $200. So hello everyone, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I'm Jessica Layla. So the last Friday of every month, I post Am I the A-hole stories, cause we love that toxic stuff on this channel. Now in case you don't know what that is, Am I the A-hole is a subreddit on Reddit where people will describe a situation or something that happened and ask the timeless question, am I the a-hole? And then people will make convictions from there and they'll be like, you are the a-hole, you're not the a-hole, everybody sucks here, blah blah blah. And so, my favorite thing is reading some of the most insane, unhinged, truly crazy stories. So there's this page on Instagram called Toxic Reddit, which curates some of the most insane Reddit stories from across various subreddits. I love their stuff, go give them a follow if you're into Reddit stuff. So yeah, I hope everyone's staying cool. It's a hot and toasty summer, and let's just dive right in. I'm really cool today, because guess what I have? That's right. I have an iPhone mini. Do you see the size difference between these guys? I have an iPhone mini, and stuff is so hard to read on there that when I'm editing, I will realize how much text I missed from a post. Now that we've gotten 3 times the size of what we need, am I the a-hole for cutting off both my adoptive and biological parents? 23 male here. I was adopted when I was born. My adoptive parents, Jan and James, never kept it a secret from me, thankfully. I wasn't able to meet my biological parents for a long time, and all I knew was that they weren't able to keep me, and Jan and James were willing to adopt me. I thought it was a simple situation of being taken by CPS and given to Jan and James. They were good parents to me and happy to have a child. They fostered other kids as well, but I was the only one they were legally parents to. I always thought they were great for adopting me despite everything. Recently I got a chance to finally meet my biological parents, who I will call Todd and Mary. They had no other kids and were excited to see their only child. We met up at a restaurant and started talking. To keep it short, I'll skip to the main issue. They let me ask anything I wanted, so I asked what happened and why I had to be adopted by Jan and James. Todd got quiet and Mary started to cry. She said that they were heavy drug addicts and felt like it wasn't fair to raise me in that environment. Before I was born, they decided to put me up for adoption and found Jan and James. These names are so Once I was born, they continued to struggle with addiction, but decided to get sober a couple years after my adoption. They opted to have a closed adoption because they didn't think they'd ever get sober and didn't want to meet until I was an adult, so I could fully understand what happened and why they did it. They were both crying after recounting this. After hearing this, I didn't feel great. I realized that it wasn't just that I was taken from them and placed with Jan and James. They gave me up. I couldn't believe how selfish they were.
What?
I always wondered what happened, but this whole time, they just got rid of me. I told them I had to leave and they accepted it. When I got home, I called and told them I was disappointed in them for abandoning me, and disappointed in Jan and James for allowing this to happen. They were upset and trying to explain, but I hung up and blocked them. I then sent a lengthy message to Jan and James to tell them that I hate that they allowed my parents to get rid of me and that I wish they let me stay with them, repeating some of the same points I made with Todd and Mary. They were also upset, but I hung up and blocked them as well. One of them, not sure who, messaged me from a burner number saying that they're sorry and that they miss me and want me to talk to them. They offered therapy, which just angered me anymore because it felt like an insult, calling me crazy. I've been ignoring them since. I've been wondering lately if I'm right or not here. I know there are a lot of anti-adoption people on this app, and I'm hoping someone here can give me advice. I'm upset I never got the choice to say for myself what I wanted, and that they made all of the decisions for me. I would have rather lived with drug-addicted parents that were actually mine than adoptive parents that I had no blood relation to. Was I the ass here? So, this guy's, parents were drug addicts, and so they did what was probably best for that situation because they didn't know if they could get sober, and they gave the child up for adoption. I don't know, like, what reality this guy's living in where living with drug-addicted parents would be, like, good? Adoption, the whole feelings around that, they're valid, you know? But wanting to stay with drug-addicted parents, And then blocking everybody and, like, not even letting them talk it out with you, including the people who adopted you and raised you. Why? So I'm not discounting this guy's feelings towards it. I don't want to invalidate them, but at the same time, I think saying that he should have had the, like, choice. What? I think blocking everyone was really what sealed the deal for me, that you are the a-hole. On to the next one. Am I the a-hole for returning my wife's shoes? Okay, I can't get comfortable. My wife was at the doctor's office for our baby's 2-week checkup when I stumbled upon new purchases in her closet. As in shoes, flip-flops, sandals, etc. that looked pretty close to the ones she had already had in the closet that she had bought earlier this year in preparation, I guess, for summer. Except that the shoes were much bigger than the ones she had previously. This is our first baby, and to be honest, what I noticed more than anything is the fact that her feet have gotten swollen, wider and longer as her pregnancy progressed. It has been a big mood killer for me, and it's made worse by the fact that my mom compares pregnancy feet to a loaf of bread, and I can only visualize her feet like that. But more than that, my mom said that feet were supposed to shrink after pregnancy and that weight loss is a big part of it. So I was upset that my wife just spent all this money on new shoes when she barely goes anywhere outside of either her bedroom or her baby's room and should be gunning for weight loss instead of throwing in the towel. I thought that it was an impulsive purchase that in the end was going to waste money and desensitize her to lose weight and look for solutions to her swollen feet. Does this guy get a fetish? As a result, I ended up taking the shoes back and getting refunds. Now my wife is pissed, and I feel like she's just going to refuse to lose weight out of spite. Am I the a-hole? I can't help feeling not attracted to her, and unfortunately the state of her feet is something I notice very clearly. And I'm also still mad that she used my money without permission, and I'm tempted to cut up the credit card she uses if she's going to continue to impulse buy. What in the flying freak did I just read? I don't know anything about pregnancy, okay? I'm 23. I never had kids. I never come close. I don't know nothing about this. But you know what I know? You're an a-hole. 2 weeks. So their baby is 2 weeks. She's 2 weeks, if I'm reading this correctly, postpartum! And you're going off about impulse buys? Cutting someone off from, like, needed stuff is such an insanely crappy move. Everybody's body is different. Everybody heals differently. And irregardless, if it bothers you that much, who cares? You are the a-hole. Flat out, flat up, flat. Am I the a-hole? I asked my sister to make me a hand-knitted blanket, and it's ugly! About a month ago, I asked my sister to make me a hand-knitted blanket. I always wanted one just to have to go in the back of the sofa or on my bed. So she said she'd love to make one, so after a while, the blanket was complete. Her and the elderly lady she works for made this blanket, and the colors were going to be a surprise to me. I literally had showed my sister a picture on the internet of colors that I wanted to see in the blanket. So the day finally comes where I open the box that she had wrapped, and it was supposed to be a surprise, so I opened it, and my first reaction was I loved it. It was super soft, and it was extremely heavy because the blanket is 10 feet long, 7 inches long, and 5 feet wide. But it's extremely ugly. It got a dark hunter green fabric and yellow, red, white, and green threads. She told me that her little old lady picked out the colors from Hobby Lobby, which my sister knows I effing hate when she supports those homophobic companies. After seeing how big the blanket was, I told her I could probably sell it for $250. It's so huge, I didn't know what to do with it. So she said, yeah, go ahead and sell it if you want, so I posted it on Facebook Marketplace. For 2 weeks, not a single person messaged me to buy this blanket. I marked it down to 100 for 1 week, not a single person messaged me to buy this blanket. It is ugly, and I am not exaggerating. I will attach a picture in the comments section below. So I told my sister the other day not a single person has messaged me to buy this blanket off of Facebook, and I was going to package it up and mail it off to my cousin. My sister suggested that I should just throw it away. And I said, what? Are you crazy? And because my cousin lives in Louisiana, she went off and said she literally lives in the hottest effing place. Why would she need a blanket? And I said, did you not see the comment she posted on Facebook when I posted the blanket? She said, well, I'm glad you have one made for you. The lack of grammar is making this really hard to read. And since I'm not going to use it, I thought I would just pass it along to somebody who would use it. So, am I the a-hole? The blanket isn't even ugly! I think her sister sounds way too nice as a person. The blanket's not even ugly? That's so sad. and it was handmade. It's okay to have preferences, but it's just like you come across so privileged in the way this was written that like I can't get on board with you, bro. On to the next one. Am I the a-hole for saying I told you so to my obese friend? My 26 female friend Natalie, 25 female, is obese. Not morbidly, but she's around 180 pounds at 5'4". That's obese in a concerning way. Usually I let people live their lives, but this is my best friend and I want the best for her health. I have asked her to join me at the gym multiple times, but she always says no to hang out with her boyfriend. She's complacent because her boyfriend is an attractive man who has muscles and all that jazz. I don't know how he became attracted to Nat, but I'm worried she will just think she can be fat all the time and not have to worry at all about her weight. Over the months, it's become worrying because I see her eating more bread and pasta. Oh, heavens. Here's where I may be the a-hole. We were hanging out at the park near the mall, and Natalie was joking around with her boyfriend. They both started running across the park until Nat got tired and then tripped. They were both like, oops, but I took the opportunity to say, ha, this is why I told you so. Exercise more, then you won't trip and fall. I meant it as a joke, but Natalie said she's had enough of my comments, cussed me out, and called me an a-hole. Her boyfriend called me one too. I don't understand. But anyway, we went back to the mall with them both giving me the cold shoulder. How am I wrong for wanting my friend to be healthy? Am I the a-hole? There's like 80,000 ways you could have gone about that. So much better. At the end of the day, someone, what they're doing, how they're living their life, has nothing to do with you, and also her almost tripping most likely has nothing to do with her weight. Some of us are just clumsy. I think getting that concerned over someone else's body and making comments like that, because this clearly wasn't the first time, shows you're a crappy friend. So yeah, you are the a-hole. I just think it's really none of your business. None of your business, bruh! Next. Am I the a-hole for telling coworker that his wife isn't that pretty? I, 25 female, have been at my workplace for almost 2 years now and get along well with most of my colleagues. We regularly go out on every other weekends and have activities which most of our colleagues join into, including my colleague Max, 33 male. Max is a very outgoing guy, extroverted, and has been at my workplace the longest, 6 years, as the turnover here is quite fast. I get along well with him and would consider him my best friend at work. We share banter and have a good laugh and have similar extroverted personalities. Max regularly attends the work activities and is the life of the party and workplace. His wife of 10 years used to come to the activities sometimes before I joined the workplace, but no longer does since having a baby a while back. What really annoys me is how Max always puts his wife on a pedestal. He's always going on about how now she is the best cook, has the best looks/figure he has ever seen. A simple conversation between colleagues regarding which celebrity we fancy would be, nah man, no one beats my wife in terms of looks. Aww. That's so sweet. Who is the best looking in the workplace? Nah, no one here. I've got really high standards. Have you seen my wife? Some of our colleagues have agreed with him, saying that his wife is really gorgeous, but I'm sure they are just humoring him. We were going through each other's videos on TikTok when another coworker commented to Max his wife resembled an anime character. She's slim, long black hair, and Asian. And I joked that she's not that pretty. Max got offended and retorted that she didn't need fake eyelashes and fake hair to look passable, and that he understood why I needed them. I got angry and told him to piss off! Since then, Max has not been speaking to me and makes passive-aggressive comments. Am I the a-hole? Yeah! I'm so sick of these people, man. Maybe Max's wife ain't your cup of tea. Okay, maybe she ain't for everybody. The thing is, this dude sounds so sweet. He loves his wife so much. He is describing her so fondly. I think maybe this chick, this lady, this woman is in love with Max. And that's why she doesn't like when he's complimenting his wife. It's okay to not find someone attractive. It is not okay to tell people that. You nasty, you icky, I don't like you. Give me $200. And like, it's the voicing that she thinks his wife is ugly. Miss Ma'am, get a grip. And your attitude is gross, so fix it. So yes, you are the a-hole. Alright, well, it's been about an hour now. I'm tired and I don't feel like filming anymore. You know, I think that's all the a-holes I can take for tonight. If you guys enjoyed, there will be a playlist down below linking to all the other Reddit videos I've done. So if you don't want to end your night here, you can go check that out. Thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully no one's too triggered or pissed off. And hopefully I will see you all here next time.